Bills in Super Bowl 27, we talked with a few fans in each of the cities. And that's when we met up with this enthusiastic fella.
What a Bills! And I can't wait to run this in his face. You've been telling us this for over 10 years about Dallas. What's the Bills? Always tied. 3 times. The 3rd time is a charm. Dallas is going down, Gary. Only Buffalo is going to win. Dallas is going down, Gary.
Pizza, pizza.
And look at him go! He could go all the way! Touchdown! Touchdown! Touchdown!
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Go, 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 go. The Bills make me wanna.
I had to play that. Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am your host, Tommy, and this is the AFC East Shakedown. Without further ado, let me get my guest on. What up, you guys? Did you guys like the Bills Mafia shout song?
Do you know what's crazy about that song is that I actually know the song word for word now. I hear it so many times. I was like, oh no, what am I doing?
I actually removed my headphones and I just couldn't take like something like that. I removed it and I just couldn't take it. But I once it went up, I put them back on obviously. But that was a little tough for an opener.
So what is going on, Captain D, and what's going on, Trevor? I'm glad. Thank you for joining me again on this Saturday AFC East Shakedown. Yeah, I'm sorry you guys had a rough week last week. Let's just dive right into it. We're gonna get to the first game, which was a shocker to me, to be honest with you. I didn't think they'd win. The Jets in overtime, 27-24 over the Titans. Yes, the Titans didn't have their main receivers, but still, it's the Jets. Trevor, what the hell happened to the Titans there?
It just shows that Titans are really, that defense is really bad. It's actually worse than I thought it would be. But even though I kind of figured that the Jets will have a chance to winning only because, hey, listen, I know the offense was bad coming into this game. I'm like, listen, a really, really bad Tennessee defense. At least you should be. There's no excuse why you shouldn't run the ball. Even though they did find ways to almost blow it, but they came up with the win. And hey, still that's pretty interesting, crazy.
Yeah. What do you think, D? How do you think about that game, man?
Well, this is what I expected from Robert Saleh's Jets team to look like, and I was a little disappointed. Obviously, the first 3 weeks coming in, but this is kind of what I expected: a tough team. Zach Wilson will come around, throw some touchdowns, but I'm very surprised that there was some hard licks on Derrick Henry, and they pulled it off. So kudos to them.
Yeah, that linebacker. What was it? I don't know his name, but boy, I gotta say, it doesn't happen much where Derrick Henry gets like tackled, like a solo tackle, like without help. That dude, even though it's still a first down, because I think it was like a short yardage run, he cracked him, bro. He cracked him and he got up, man. He was fucking hype, dude. And listen, still though, Derrick Henry still did his thing, bro. Derrick Henry's a fucking beast.
He did.
Bro.
He did.
He is a beast. Like it's hard to explain, like how he runs. I hate to bring it up, but like OJ. I mean, honestly, OJ was a big guy. He really was. OJ was a taller, bigger back with speed. And that's Derrick Henry, man. Derrick Henry is just a new age OJ, man. The way he runs is just But how long would that last? I don't know, because he's taking some punishment, boy. They're using the hell out of Derrick Henry. So let's go to the next game. You're not gonna like it, Captain D. Boy, oh boy. Losing to the Colts 27-17. What the hell happened? I thought it was like Don Shula's, I don't know what, anniversary. What was going on there?
We
Talk to
were
us.
celebrating the life of Don. This is what makes it even more embarrassing. We were celebrating the life of this man.
That's-
We were celebrating the life of this man, and that's how we showed up to play. What a damn shame that is for us to show up, and it was just a huge letdown.
Dan Marino's going, look, if don't ever fucking celebrate anything about my name
until we get this figured out.
right. Leave me the fuck out of it. You guys can celebrate Brian Cox or something. Just I'll be home chilling. All right, so go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
It was just a big letdown, and you could see it right off the back. I mean, the game plan wasn't right. We're trying to run the football, and like I called it, Jonathan Taylor, who hasn't done much, is scampering off for touchdowns and just gashing us. It was just a big letdown for the Dolphins and the Dolphins.
I only watched highlights, but how did Jacoby do in game 2 as your starter? Just curious.
Ups and downs. Not in towards the end of the game. The game plan just seemed completely off in the beginning. Very conservative, trying to run the football. But then when we were down towards the end, well, let's open up. By then, we were down by 2 touchdowns, maybe 3 touchdowns, and let's just open up the playbook. We start throwing it down the field, and guess what? Things start opening up. By then, it was too late.
What's going on, Jack? Jose, sorry. Hey, Jose, Jack, thanks for joining us, man. What do you think about that, Trevor? that poor piss ass performance by the Dolphins on the great Don Shula's I don't know, day of whatever they want to call it, celebrating the man's
It's
life.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate because especially we have a day like that, you want to show out and everything. Especially with the Colts being, despite all the injuries they have on their side. I want to ask a question. What is the point of the Dolphins having 2 offensive coordinators? I don't understand how is that possible. I really don't understand what's the point of it. Like, what is the point of it? You can tell that there's 2 different philosophies on offense. It's like, what's going on here? Like, how is that? What's the word? And I love Brian Flores. I think Brian Flores is a great coach, but
yeah,
that to me doesn't make any sense. But
that's
overall,
right. That's on him, by the way. That's on him. It's he's the head coach. He hires the people that come in and be his assistants, right? His offensive coordinator, his defensive coordinator, special teams coach, his quarterback coach. Like, he's responsible for all this. So why the hell would you go from, who was it, Chan Gailey last year, right? Our old coach, right? Okay, Chan Gailey, who a little old school, but he's kind of an offensive old school kind of mind. I thought that was okay for like Tua to learn from, like an older kind of guy. But then you bring in like 2 different guys, and I didn't even find out until like, I think preseason. I heard it on a broadcast, and I'm like, what the fuck? What? I really literally I couldn't believe it, bro. And I said, bro, I've never heard of that. Like, that'd be like, bro, having like 2 different coaches. Like, they're like calling plays out there, and the guy's like, no, don't throw the like, I don't get it, bro. Like, that has to change. Like, if there's any downfall so far of what Flores has done to the Dolphins, that's hurting your offense. I mean, that has to be. Right?
After the game, it was so bad that a lot of the Dolphins beat writers are writing, someone's got to get fired. Someone this has got to stop. Someone's got to get fired. Unfortunately, I mean, we traded our punt returner / kick returner Jakeem Grant for a 6th-round
we're gonna get to that.
I mean,
we're gonna get to that. Yeah.
Is that really what we're looking for? No. I mean,
yeah, I don't get that either. James, by the way, thanks for hopping on, man. I know you said you haven't caught it live for a little bit. Appreciate it, man. But no, man, we're gonna get to the trades, by the way, because as you know, there was a couple trades. We'll talk to Trevor on that too. So let's get to the next game. Come on, it's the best game of the week. We all know it. The Buffalo Bills pounding those Texans.
Do you want to call it a
40 to
game?
nothing.
Right? You gonna call it a game?
We all know it was the game of the week. It was the game that everybody tuned into. They're routing the destruction of those Texans 40 to nothing. What do you think about that, Trevor? Like, was that expected? Did you think the Texans were going to score 3 or anything? Or did you think this was going to be exactly how the score was?
Oh, that's exactly what I thought. It was going to probably. I'm surprised. Yes, exactly how I feel it was going to be. A beating, as it should have been. It's the Houston Texans. I mean, it's unfortunate, and I really feel bad for Tyrod Taylor because it's like he's so unlucky. And
he is.
Though I know, first of all, that entire franchise is a dumpster fire. One, Davis Mills, whatever, I think it was Mills, Davis Webb. I don't know.
Davis Mills.
Yeah. Him. You can tell he's literally throwing into the fire. He's doing the best he can, but come on, this team overall is just really, really bad. The fact that they was able to construct it, period, is impressive. But they had no chance whatsoever.
Yeah, we got a comment for you from my buddy Jose. He loves coming in hot.
All right,
here is all right, Trevor, bro. How did you feel when you see your fans wearing Brady Bucks jerseys at your stadium? Bills fans applaud the Bruce Smith when he came back, booed his ass later. What do you think about that, brother? I didn't see that, but man,
I've seen a lot of the split Buccaneers Patriots Brady jerseys, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
That's cheesy as fuck.
I hate it. Me and Juan, we went to the Jet game a couple of weeks ago, and we see a lot of people. Some people had Buccaneers Brady jersey split and saying "Go Pats," and I'm like, get out of here with that! With that shit, get out of here with that, man! Get out of here!
Never catch. I don't care. I would never, bro. Listen, this is how I am, and I'll be real with you. If a player left Buffalo, and it's happened, doesn't happen much, and I'm talking about in their prime, not some fucking Thurman Thomas of the Dolphins. Like, come on, like that doesn't that you know what I mean, D? Like that's not. Who cares about that? It's fucking Thurman Thomas. He's fucking 55 years old. Like, what is he going to do? Right? Like, not worried about him. Now, Bruce Smith still kind of had, he still had something left. He was still going for that record. Listen, if he came to Buffalo and I was around back then, for sure the fans cheer him as he gets there. But ain't no fucking Buffalo fan wearing no Redskin Bruce Smith jersey. That would never fucking happen. He will get his ass. Bro, he'll get his ass beat walking into the lot. Like, that's not happening. But, of course, you got to respect your former players, especially the ones that did for – I have no problem with cheering for your former player. But once that fucking clock starts, you're my enemy. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's a wrap, dude. You are no longer on my team. Like, I am not – listen, I love certain players that aren't on the Buffalo Bills, like, especially growing up as a kid. Like, when I started, I was like all Buffalo Bills. Like, but I will say I had favorite players because as a kid, that's how kids are. I mean, I wasn't totally. It's hard to explain, but Christian Okoye, I love Christian Okoye. Like, I just loved his running style, and then I love Barry Sanders. Like, he was like one of my all-time running backs, and then what's his name? Randall Cunningham. It was like one of my favorite quarterbacks. Like, it was exciting. But as I got older, fuck that shit, dude. You will never hear me say like I'm like Baker Mayfield. Like, that's never gonna happen. Well, yeah. So, but yeah, that's crazy, bro. Like, I would never do no fucking split jersey, bro. That right there, bro. I'm shocked you guys allowed that, dude. Those guys got out of there like without getting hurt. Like,
nah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. I said this is disgraceful. I hate it. It's terrible.
What's this guy? Jose. I have a guy. Oh, brother, he left us to be a Jets fan. Ugh. I tell him, don't he ever think you are coming back. My wife says I don't know how he calls you your brother. Yeah, bro, that's fucking embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
I just feel whatever, bro. He's already feeling it now. He wants to be a Jets fan. He's fucking stuck in the mud now because that fucking team's not going anywhere. Yeah, they won, but that was a fluke. I'll be honest. That would not. They can play the Titans 10 times. That's not going to happen.
But did you see how happy? Like it's like
it's like the Super Bowl.
It's like when a Super Bowl. I said this is embarrassing. Like this.
I won't lie though. I won't lie. Like we've been there before. Like when we've been like, like shitty team. Like we beat like yeah. Like and I'm like, come on, dude. But D, what do you think about that 40-0 thrashing of those picks?
I've seen a lot of bad quarterbacks come through the Miami Dolphins, and watching Davis Mills out there was almost like the Houston Texans picked the third string quarterback off Toledo to start the game. He was not prepared at all. Who signed off on that? I mean, this poor kid looked like completely lost. And it was rough to watch how bad he struggled. But Houston Texans, they should not have had Davis Mills out there at all.
But D, listen, they had Tyrod Taylor who won their first game. He looked good, but he got hurt. Like he was saying earlier, Trevor, man, listen, most Bills Mafia love Tyrod Taylor. He broke the streak, right? We got to the playoff. We haven't been in the playoffs like 20-something years, right? Like, I give the man credit. And I'll tell you what, when he came initially to Buffalo, he wasn't even supposed to start. He was like a backup. And I'm like, who is this? Who is this Tyrod Taylor guy? I kind of looked at what he did in Virginia Tech. I'm like, bro, he broke fucking Michael Vick's records. The dude can run. He has a decent arm, like, and boom, he got the starting job. Like he wanted over, I forget who, but he got the starting job. And his first year, bro, he really wasn't bad. He was throwing deep. And then his second season, I don't know what the fuck happened to Tyrod. He got to be captain Shakedown. Everything was safe. He didn't want to take chances. And it is what it is. But man, I feel for the guy, bro, because he's not a bad quarterback. Like, I don't know if he's like, he's not a great starter or anything, but he can win you some games. And bro, he went to Cleveland and they fucked him over with the Baker Mayfield thing. They didn't even really give him a chance. Like, he was already thrown under the bus there. Like, and that's tough too, because you're going in number one pick. The fans want the number one pick starting. They don't want Tyrod Taylor regardless, right? So like he was doomed right there. And then he gets his liver, right? Then he gets his liver punctured, and he's already doomed anyways because you got Justin Herbert. It's gonna want. So it's just like, man, then he finally gets a chance with a shitty Houston Texans team where he probably could have played all season, and then he's fucking hurt. It's just like, poor guy, bro. But I'm kind of glad in a way he didn't play, because it would, trust me, if he wasn't already hurt, he would have been hurt like in this game, because we were coming for you, and yeah, that wasn't pretty. So now let's get to the exciting game, which I called. I told you guys this fucking game was going to be close. The Bucks and the Pats. Listen, if you guys watched me last week, watched the show, I said it's not going to be a blowout. I think the third quarter, man, this is going to be back and forth. And I think I called it 23-17, something crazy like that, and 19-17. I mean, I was really close, dude. So let's start with the man. It's your team, Trevor. What happened, man? Like, I mean, you guys were there.
Defensively, we played very well. I liked how they were able to make Brady a little bit uncomfortable for the most part. He looked very, very flustered a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought, I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was going to kill us. I'm not gonna lie to you how everything was going on. I like how they played well. I thought that you could tell that they wanted this game. They wanted this game, and my issue with us was that we couldn't score any points. Like, a lot of great drive, a lot of long great drives were so good, but then there's ends in field goals. It's like, come on, you got to get in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? I think if we get in the end zone at least one more time than we did, we win the game, or the entire dynamic of the game changes. It was, I'm telling you, it was very emotional, a very emotional game. Obviously,
now, did you go or did you go to a bar? Did you go?
No, I was on location. On location.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it was tough, you know what I'm saying? Because we really wanted this game badly, and it's like we really wanted it, but it was disappointing not to come out with the win though. But I think we played well, and a lot of people really came at and really shit on Nick Foles. Though I don't blame Nick Foles for missing the kick at all. I don't miss it.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
That's a tough kick, bro.
56-yard field goal.
Yeah,
with the wind
in
blowing,
the rain.
In the rain,
yeah, dude.
there was certain plays target where I thought they should went for a fourth down. There was 2 instances where instead of going for a fourth down, they hit the field goal.
Right.
It was the previous drive before. The previous drive before they had kicked the field goal. When I thought they could have went for a fourth and 10, but I think they could have went for it. I think they could have went for it, but they took the field goal. But I think at this stance, I would have rather you guys had went for it, and if y'all failed from there, then hey, it is what it is. But I don't blame Nick Folk. I don't blame Nick Folk for it. I don't blame it at all.
So the real question is when Belichick came out and he saw Brady, was it did he give Brady any love, or did he just march on by with his little hoodie on?
No, after the game, they spoke a little bit. You can tell that was what everyone was looking forward to, say how that was going to go. Maybe it was probably cordial, but you can tell that there was definitely tension before. You can tell that there was tension between them before coming into the game, and maybe them seeing each other together was probably like, hey, it's right. We'll see where we go from there. I know Brady was probably happy saying, yeah, I finally beat that motherfucker. Like
right.
Like,
now it's real, right. And this is probably it. You will never.
They said now we're good. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh jeez. What is this guy? What is Jack? Laugh my ass out of. Yo, so I gotta say that shit was when I saw that shit this was in Detroit when he did that, and the little kids were like, they looked back at their dad or whoever was like, wow, what a fucking asshole. D, so what'd you think about the Sunday night the game, the Tampa Bay, man?
A lot closer than I thought it would be. I had Tampa Bay running away with this game, but a lot closer than I thought it was. And Belichick came through, schemed well. If it wasn't, I mean, I know that was a tough field goal, but it was in the grasp of the Patriots to have that game. Actually, I thought he was going to make that field goal. I had a feeling. I was like, I think he's going to make this, but Patriots are right in it. I'm looking for the Dolphins to kind of mimic this and keep it close and try and win by a field goal late.
So what's this Jose coming in saying? Trevor, the one thing I loved, your boy, 19 straight completions. I hate Brady. I must admit. What happened there? I must have missed that.
Matt Jones tied his record for 19 straight completions in that game, which he played very well. I like that my thing with Matt Jones, and I think especially for me and most people that watch, that I think we have a quarterback. He's won me over a lot in this game. Okay. I said, how he's able to maintain his poise, especially in besides his fourth game in the NFL, and literally this is the biggest game. That was the biggest game of his career, so by far.
Yeah.
So
no doubt.
So the way that he was able to play as well as he did, the interception that he threw, I don't really. That's not on him. That was just and Nelson Aguilar, not being on the same page. So I don't blame that on him. But other than that, he played well. He did.
Yeah,
well.
I'll admit I was not high on the pick. Now it's early. It's still early.
Yeah.
But I always say, for the most part, you got to give your rookie quarterbacks a couple seasons, right? 2 or 3 to really, because you got to help them. You can't just expect them to come in. Most rookie quarterbacks, especially first round quarterbacks, are going to bad teams. Let's be real, for the most part, and they need help. And it takes a couple seasons to kind of like get those players around that quarterback to help them, the offensive line, the receivers, the tight ends. And right now, you guys, unfortunately, you just don't have the help for him. So I can't judge him just yet. I just don't like the fact that he's not mobile. And maybe that doesn't, hey, maybe the guy can move in the pocket well enough like a Brady did for many, many seasons and get away with it. We'll find out. But that game was close, and I called it. I said it. I just think it was just two guys that were so familiar with each other that it wasn't going to be like one guy just killing the other guy. Like, you have a genius head coach defensively in Belichick, and you got the greatest of all time quarterback, right? It's just like they're battling, and that's what it was a battle, man. And who can outsmart who, and who can make the biggest play at the end of the game when it counts. And listen, you guys missed. Now look, if you have your old school kicker, we're talking different today, right? we're talking the Pats win 2019, but unfortunately, you can't always have that a kicker kicking right in the fucking snow 75 yards, like making it crazy, bro. Your kicker, but yeah. So I want to get to the weekly awards here. So as everybody knows, the Boo This Man award. So we're gonna start with
Boo this man!
all right, we're gonna start. We're gonna start with Trevor. And who is your Boo This Man of the week? Who does that go to? Who's that word go to on your team?
Isaiah Wynn. The tackle for us. Obviously he's going to be out this week due to COVID protocols. So when he is available, he's not very very well. They've been blowing past them, like the Buccaneers defense been going past them, especially on Sundays, like going right past them. It's like come on, like your offensive lineman, do something. Like when you're not there because you're always injured all the time. When you're there, you're not productive. Like come on, this is the last year of your rookie deal. Do something. But I don't think he definitely won't be back. So yeah, he really pissed me off in that game.
All right, okay. D, who gets your Boo This Man of the Week award? Who's it going to?
Boo that man, Austin Jackson, our starting left tackle, was a turnstile last week. It was horrible. Boo that man. They already moved him over to left guard, but what a horrible performance. He was a first-round draft pick when we traded away Laramie Tunsil a couple of years ago. We stacked up those three first-round picks. Boo that man, Austin Jackson, because he was just getting beat. It seemed like on almost every play.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, man, I got to surprise Boo This Man because there wasn't much to boo about. So I'm gonna go with the guy that was driving the car that hit the power pole and knocked our broadcast out for 5 minutes or so. So boo that man, that son of a bitch. But I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I thought it was a stadium and I found out some drunk guy hit a pole or something. So boo that man because there's nobody to boo on the team. But I did find something. So we're gonna go to the the Hell Yeah award. So that's gonna go to.
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
All right, we're gonna start with Trevor. Who gets the Hell Yeah award for the Patriots, man?
Mac Jones by far. He impressed the hell out of me. Like I mentioned before, very poised. Looked like that he was ready for this. He was well prepared, and I mean he made a lot of plays. I liked how he was able to move the ball a lot, move the ball more down the field, and yeah, I thought he was great. I'm going to give it to Mac Jones.
Nice. Scott coming in. I I don't know if I do it full time, but I'm like everywhere, bro. Right? I'm like a little slut, Buffalo Bills slut. Oh shit! All right, D. Who gets your hell yeah, man?
Dolphins fans, can I get a hell yeah for Devontae Parker showing up? He showed up big time with these big time catches. Why are we waiting so long to connect with Devontae Parker? But hell yeah to Devontae Parker. He showed up big time catches. Come on, Dolphins. Let's go. Let's get him involved more.
I like it. So my hell yeah is just the whole fucking defense.
I was gonna say,
I don't know what else to say. It's like I can't pick one. It's the whole defense. Like they did their job twice now, shutting. It's how hard it is to shut a team down. Listen, every NFL team, they come to play for the most part. It's just like they're gonna put up something. You would think 3 points, something, and we shut out 2-0 blank. So got to give it up for the Bills defense, no matter how bad that Texans team was. 40-0. I mean, golly, 0-0. I mean, it's embarrassing. That should never happen in the NFL. Like, so yeah, they're the hell yeah player of the week. They get it all. They're gonna share that award. Now we're gonna go to the what's up with that. All right, Trevor, what's up with that? It could be anything. It could be a play of the game. Could be a dumb thing. It could be a bad thing, good thing. Who got your what's up with that of the week, man?
Obviously the missed field goal, the call. Not that he missed it. It was, to me, the call. I really believe that they should have went for a fourth and 3, especially with the rain and the wind and how far the kick was. I get it. If it was regular weather, it was like a calm, nice weather, pretty decent weather, whatever. I would have been okay with. I would have been okay with it. And if he missed it, then hey, then it's what it is. But I think that they could have from a fourth. It's 4th and 1, 4th and 2, 4th and short. I think they could have done it. I think it would have changed a lot of the landscape. I think a little bit closer would have been a much more easier field goal for Nick Folk. So yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay, D.
What's up with not letting Jason Sanders kick a 55-yard field goal? And I understand it's 55 yards, but Jason Sanders is 86% accurate. So what's up with let him kick the damn field goal? Because essentially, yeah, we pinned them back on the 1, but we didn't get anything out of it, the bottom line. So what's up with that?
All right. Hey, I like it. And my what's up with that is when the CBS crew came and was doing our commentary play-by-play, which, by the way, fucking awesome, because we had like the whole crew on CBS. Like, I mean, damn, like for the shitty Texans game, like I was like, okay. And I guess CBS producer had to kind of tell him, listen, stop talking about the Bills so much. Not a Bills podcast or whatever they said. Not a Bills presentation. So, hey, buddy, the Texans aren't doing anything. What are you gonna? What can they talk about the Texans? So, what's up with that? I guess. I mean, that's the only thing I could say. Other than that, I thought the game was the game, man. There's really nothing crazy. We just did an ass whipping. Now week 5. I will say we're going to Kansas City, and listen, if Bills Mafia, if you guys are going to KC, because I heard 17,000 are going. That's what I heard. That's a lot. That's pretty good. But I got to tell you, you guys got to watch out for these kind of.
Why are you being so angry, sir?
Fucking now!
Sir, you're not acting like Patrick Mahomes would want you to act.
I don't give a fuck!
You should, because you're representing Patrick Mahomes right now. You got his jersey on.
I don't get you.
Well, I'm
a fucking weirdo.
I-
Get the fuck away from me!
You're-
Turn around
you-
and walk away!
You're saying get away from me because you've watched like 20 steps toward me. You understand the irony of that, Mr. Mahomes, or sir? Although I doubt you are much.
My name's Mr. fucking Ferris, asshole!
Okay, well now thank you, Mr. Ferris.
Okay, so just a heads up, that's Mr. Ferris. If you guys run into him,
One.
that is not Mr. Mahomes. I just want to let you guys know that's Mr. fucking Ferris to you, asshole. All right, so just watch out for that guy, because guy's a dangerous side, man. So let's get into this week 5 games here. So let's see here. All right, here we go. Let's start with the Jets and the Falcons in London. London. Who's getting up at 9 a.m? No, not me.
Definitely not me.
I think Captain D is. D, are you getting some tea and biscuits and watching this?
I just might get some tea and biscuits and check this game out at 9 o'clock in the morning. I just might.
Oh, nice. I like it. So, Trevor, what do you see in this game? Like you think the Jets have a chance? They're pretty much both bad teams. I would think the Jets are a little bit bad, like a little worse than the Falcons. You still got Matt Ryan, but you're in London, so it's not really like a home game. And both teams, it kind of sucks for both teams. They got to travel. The time is like they're all fucked up, right? So what do you got going on in that game, man?
First things I want to say is I feel really bad for the London fans. The British because they had to be able to have their first NFL game there in over 2 years, and you get this the Jets, ew, and the Falcons, who are two bad teams. So hey, I guess you take what you get there. That's one. But in all seriousness, I think the Jets gonna win this game. Honestly, I pick them to win this game
Two in a
because
row.
yes, I'm picking because like I said, Atlanta's defense is really again they're playing another team with a really bad defense, really bad. So I do expect them to be able to move the ball a little bit better than they did last week as well. At least it's something. At least like my thing is that if they can't um run the offense efficiently against this bad defense, then they gotta do something about their offensive coordinator because before coming into Tennessee's game last week, it was bad, and they moved the ball better. And this week as well, I'm picking them to win this game. I just don't see this. It's going to be very interesting. I think the Jets' defense obviously is a lot better. It's a lot 10 times better than Atlanta's. I think they'll be able to really get to Matt Ryan. So I'm picking the Jets to win this game.
Okay. D, what you got, man? What do you think? What do you think's going to happen in this game, man?
Yeah, I agree. I think the Jets are going to build off some last week's win, get some momentum. I see them. I have them beating the Falcons. Actually, I think Zach Wilson will struggle a little bit, but I think that with this win, it's going to be a big momentum for them. I see them pulling off a win against the Falcons.
Okay. All right. Me, God, it's going to be a bad game. It's going to be a fucking bore snooze fest. This ain't going to be a fun game to watch, and thank God I'll be sleeping. So it won't matter to me. I do have a foul. I think it's Patterson, Cordell, or whatever. It's on the Falcons.
Mhm.
He's pretty much their go-to guy. So I guess I'll root for the Falcons, I guess. But as far as the game goes, I don't think the Jets are going to win. I don't. I think the Falcons. I still like Matt Ryan, even though he's getting old. He still can. I'll take him over a rookie quarterback any day. I still think he has a couple playmakers. I like their tight end, um, and I don't know. I'm not sold on the Jets coach yet either. We'll see. We'll see. But I think the Falcons will pull this off. We'll go through our predictions at the end, the score predictions. But yeah, I think the Falcons pull this off. I think Matt Ryan he's a vet. I think he'll get the job done over the Jets. I just don't like the Jets. Next game, we're gonna go with a very, very, very bad game here. If you thought the Jets and the Falcons were bad, Patriots and the Texans. Trevor. You have the you were talking shit about the Jets and Falcons. This might be the fucking snooze fest. Listen. If you need to take a nap, this might be the game to put on, lay down, and just fucking go to bed. What do you think, Trevor? Am I wrong there, or do you think it's going to be a high-powered, exciting football game?
If it's high-powered and exciting, then we have a problem. It's not that we have a problem if we have to have a game with the Houston Texans. That's a problem. There's no, despite the injuries on the offensive line, or the entire offensive line is pretty much injured, or they have to deal with COVID protocols. So we're gonna have pretty much a whole new offensive line in this game. But so honestly speaking, it's a week for them to really much get better, rest up, because let's be honest, that nobody who on the Houston Texans is gonna get to Matt Jones. Despite all that, this is not happening. It's not happening. And then some Patriot fans out there talking about, oh, we may struggle, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not gonna struggle. We're gonna be fine. Despite everything that's going on, it's the Houston Texans. This is a really, really bad football team. Really bad. Like, I think we're gonna be fine. You might see Matt Jones get into a rhythm really early. This is the game. This is the game that we need to win, especially because the week after we have Dallas next week after that. So we really need to not have a 3-game losing streak coming into Dallas, back at home to Dallas. Get out of that.
Yeah, that would not be good. I mean, listen. I mean, I'll go ahead. Captain D, you first, man. You first before I go on my rant.
Yeah, I think the Patriots are going to or not run away with this one, but they are going to pull this off. Um, Mac Jones, I do expect him to be sharp, and it's going to be a good confidence builder. Houston's and I think they're badly coached too. I think their coach has no idea what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I
Um, eh, eh, this is going to be the Patriots all the way. Um, I haven't seen if Mills is going to play again or not. I think he is, but if that's the case, it's definitely going to Patriots.
yeah, man. Their coach looks like he's like selling refrigerators, man. Like
Yep.
he doesn't look like a coach.
Nope.
I don't know what the hell. I mean, supposedly he yelled at the players at the end, like was pissed. But I mean, I'll be honest with you too. I don't listen. It's the GM, whoever they. I don't know who the fuck. Don't they have a new GM? I think too, or something like they got. I think they
Yeah,
hired a new GM,
yeah.
and they were thinking like that's why they wanted Deshaun back, and Deshaun's like, nah, like I'm good, bro. Like you guys are fucking terrible.
They're,
But
they're,
I know he's
they're
new, and the coach is. I think it's his first season, correct, for that
yeah,
team.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, I don't know much about the guy, so I'm not gonna totally shit on him. But it's a bad team.
It's a
If the
it's a
Patriots don't, here's how I see it. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, Bill Belichick is a fucking genius, especially going against rookie quarterbacks. He's gonna fucking. I'm not saying the Patriots have the Bills defense, and they're not. But it doesn't matter. They're gonna fucking this. He loves going against inexperienced quarterbacks. He's gonna kill it. Like this guy's gonna be just not knowing what's going on. I don't see this game being close. However, I don't see it being a blowout either. I don't like the. I just don't think your Patriots offense is high powered enough to put up those kind of points, even on a bad Texans team. Um, Mac Jones seems good, but I still think right now because he doesn't have the like good playmakers around him. Maybe he's kind of playing it safe. Just make sure you go on your first couple reads, go to your tight end. Do like safe kind of passes, nothing crazy. And I don't see it changing. I just don't. Not this season. So yeah, I think this is going to be like one of those low scoring games with the Patriots will win convincingly, but not in like where you're like, whoa, 40-0. Like I don't think it's going to be like that.
no.
But we'll get to the score predictions later. Um, all right. Now, obviously, the game of the fucking week. Bills at Chiefs, Sunday Night Football. I mean, listen, even if you're not a Bills Chiefs fan, you're probably watching this. Let's be real. This is a rematch, AFC Championship game. The Chiefs that listen, I'll be real. They owned us. They owned us last season. Um, it was a very huge disappointment the way we played them in the playoffs. I thought we played soft. I thought we played, you know, not our style of football. Like we kind of try to like just keep Mahomes off the field, and that's not how you got to play. You got to play what got you there. And I thought we'd like just totally change our game. But this season, we went out, we got edge rushers. This is all for this moment. This is all for making our stamp and saying we are the new kings of the AFC. And we have to go in there and show it. If we don't, then yeah, then what do we do all this for? I know it's still the regular season. Like most people are saying, well, if we win or lose, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of games left. To me, it matters. It does because it's a statement game. It's a statement not only to the Chiefs but the whole AFC. And I said this on I was on a show yesterday on hashtag tailgate talk. Um, Kind of like last season when we won the AFC East. We ran the AFC East table, right? We beat everybody. We made a statement there. The AFC East is ours. So moving into this season, most analysts, most people knew we are the top dog. You got to beat us. You got to, to get that AFC East title now. Like, we are the guys now. AFC though, I don't care if the Chiefs are 2-2. They're still the top dogs of the AFC, no matter what their record are right now. So we got to go in there. We got to show out. We got to fucking, and I think we got to win convincingly. We do. Um, but Trevor, how do you feel, man? What do you feel about this game?
I agree 100% with everything you said. Yes, um, this game matters for especially for you guys, especially how y'all played in the AFC Championship game. Very undisciplined, especially in that game. Y'all let him get into your heads. Definitely had to come in there and beat them. Honestly, I think like Ric Flair says, to beat a man, you got to beat the man, and they're the guys. You got to beat them.
Yep.
Um, Buffalo should win this game. That Kansas City defense is horrendous. It is horrendous.
Worst, one of the worst in the league.
Yes,
31st.
It is absolutely horrendous how they can't stop anything. So, for me, if but Buffalo finds a way to slow down Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelsey, then y'all should be able to beat them convincingly. Honestly speaking,
Yeah.
but yeah, you guys have to win. There's if despite even though they're not this is a very flawed Kansas City Chiefs team. They still have the best quarterback in the league right now. They still have the best quarterback in the league. So obviously they're capable of putting up points. Yeah, of course. But if you slow them down, I think you guys can win this game. But you have to beat them. You got to beat them.
All right. Well, I disagree with the best quarterback in the league, but that's okay. Josh Allen. But Captain D, go ahead, brother.
I do agree that this is a very important game. I don't think it's by any means going to change anything. I do have Kansas City winning this game in a close game. But for the Buffalo Bills, this is the NFL season is a marathon. It is not a game by game. This is a marathon, and I foresee Buffalo edging out towards the end of the season, but I just have this feeling that Kansas City is going to pull this game off this week.
Well, I will say this. I mean, we're in Kansas City. They got a hell of. I'll give their fans credit. They come and they're loud. No doubt about it. It's probably going to rain from what I saw on the thing. So we'll see how the offense goes through the rain. We'll see how bad it's raining over there. But it's not Buffalo rain. It's not Buffalo wind. Big difference. But I will tell you this, D. To Trevor's point, the Chiefs have the worst defense, I think, by one. There's only one more team worse, a 31st rank. They're last, I believe, in pass defense. And we have a stacked offense. And listen, our defense is number one right now. And their receivers, I'm not crazy about. I think Hill, no doubt, he's a top dog. Other than that, I mean, I don't. The rest of the guys they're not doing it for me. McCole Hardman, he's a speedster, and that's all you get from him. He's not a route runner. He's not going to do anything crazy to you. And then you got Kelsey. But to me, it all starts with containing Mahomes. Now, listen, Mahomes only has 5 sacks on the season. Guess who else only has 5 sacks on the season? Josh Allen. That doesn't mean teams aren't getting pressure on him. It just means they're hell of mobile quarterbacks. They know how to get away. But with what I've been seeing and why the Chiefs are 2-2 so far, and Mahomes has made some mistakes this year, is under pressure. He's still trying to, do Mahomes things, but he's under pressure now. Now it's a little different. He's rolling out. He doesn't know where to go. He's trying to be cute. He's throwing interceptions. It's just not looking good. Their offense is still, I think, the top 4 or something like that. But their defense is dead last. So I think how we're going to come out is we're going to be scoring fast and often on that defense. The Chiefs are going to have to play catch up. And I'm not crazy about the running game, by the way, either. I think they're ranked 8th or 9th. We're ranked 5th, by the way. So for everyone that was talking shit about the running game for the Buffalo Bills, we're ranked 5th. It's not as bad as you guys think. So I think we're going to actually start off running a little bit and mixing in with some play action and just getting the defense on their heels really quick. And then I think KC is going to have to be playing very fast to catch up. And I just don't. I think this is going to be a blowout. I'm going to give you guys a score prediction at the end, but I think we're going to take it to them. And like I said, put our stamp, go in there, piss all over the yard. And yeah, man. And good luck after that for the Chiefs, because they're going to go to 2-3 and they're not going to be feeling very good after that ass whipping. So I do want to get into something real quick. I got to ask you both, because unfortunately we don't have a shitty Jets fan to join the show because they're all in paper bags and whatever they're doing. Pats and Dolphins fans, should you guys be hitting the panic button now, or is it too soon for this season?
It's too soon. At least for me, it's too soon, honestly.
It's too soon for you guys?
Yeah, too soon. There's still a lot of games left. Now, I'm not like I said, like you mentioned before, we haven't been blowing out in any games. We just lost games due to like just one or two, except for New Orleans. New Orleans was just a train wreck. The whole thing is a train wreck. But no, I don't think it's a lost cause. If you lose to Houston tomorrow, if you lose tomorrow, then I'm gonna say, okay, we got a serious problem here. We have a serious problem here because there's the teams that were supposed to be like teams like, no offense, but Miami, we should have won that game against Miami. I think that overall it is one play, the fumble pretty much changed the whole outcome of that. I think that we would win that game. Tampa Bay, literally a missed field goal. The missed field goal literally would have made us at least, instead of being 1-3, 3-1. So it's 2 plays from being 3-1. That's all. But no, I don't think they should.
Not yet. You're not ready. So
No,
4 weeks in.
no.
Okay. Hey,
No.
D, 4 weeks in. Are you ready to hit the panic button yet?
Oh, definitely, 100%. I'm hitting the panic button. I mean,
okay.
This is where we traded away Laramie Tunsil. And we started rebuilding, and the whole tank for Tua. I mean, like I touched on before, Austin Jackson's a turnstile. Noah Igbiniane is a bust. He's a healthy scratch on IR. Tua's hurt. I mean, right, and some of our key addition signings are not panning out yet. This defense was designed as a specialty type of defense that was going to be different. It ain't working. So hell yeah, I'm pushing the panic button.
Okay. I love your honesty, man. That's why I have you both on the show, man. You guys are very honest fans, man. And speaking of your guys' teams, by the way, Stefan Gilmore. We'll start with Stefan Gilmore first. First, he was released, and then they said, "Well, we can get something for him." They got a 6th round. God, for one of the he was on the Buffalo Bills, by the way. He's one of the top cornerbacks in the league, but I guess he wasn't feeling it. I mean, I don't know the whole story. Maybe Trevor, you can kind of like tell us, what happened there with Gilmore in New England, and then are you happy with a 6th round pick? I mean, why didn't teams want? Why didn't they push for maybe a 3rd?
I think they didn't want to pay him. Obviously, they didn't want to pay him. I would have been perfectly fine if they traded him last season, because you could have got at least a 2nd or 3rd round pick, especially coming off a Defensive Player of the Year award, literally coming off fresh off of it last year. You traded him last year, I would have no problem with it. This year, 1 year left on his deal, and then with injuries he's going through right now, they probably thought that giving up, because there's Patriot fans that said they were upset, talking about, oh, we could have got a 1st round pick for Stefan Gilmore, which is bullshit. That was not going to happen. There was no way they were going to allow that to happen. And it's unfortunate. I'm a 6th round pick. I was like, come on, this is the best you can do. I would have been okay with a 4th round pick. Okay, fine. It's last year's deal. 4th round pick, I'd be like, okay, I get it. But a 6th round pick, no, this was bad. It was bad. And it was all about restructuring money
Right.
and stuff like that. It was just like, come on. Now I have to be honest. Now, despite them not re-signing, them not paying Stefan Gilmore and trading him, Bill Belichick, this means no excuse. You have to sign J.C. Jackson. There's no way we can let J.C. Jackson walk. There's no way. You got to pay him. And if you pay him, fine. It's what it is. But J.C. Jackson, literally one of the best corners on our team right now, playing phenomenal football the last 2 weeks. But yeah.
We got a comment here. Jose the Bills coming after you, Trevor, again. Trevor, are you a little nervous about 4 possible backup playing this week? Also, I think getting Collins back from Detroit will help you.
Yeah, we got Davey Collins back. This is his 3rd time on the team. I do like him coming. He fits us perfectly, and yeah, I love the pickup. Obviously, I'm not surprised. I don't think anyone's surprised he's gonna come back. When Detroit released him because they couldn't find a decent trade deal for them, and I think he came back and it's great.
But man, I guess it just didn't work out.
Yeah,
kind of like the guy that what's his name, Noy, for Van Noy.
Yeah, Kyle Van Noy.
Some players are like that, man. I will say that some players don't fit in certain systems, and they just sometimes Jakeem Grant same thing. Traded for a 6th-round pick. D, what's going on, man? You like that, or were you a fan of Grant? I thought he was a speedster, but he was like hit or miss on some plays, right? Like a little guy getting thrown around, but he could be electric as well. So what's going on there, man?
It was a big love-hate relationship with me and Jakeem Grant as a Dolphins fan, because you would see him do such, like you said, electric things, game-changing plays, but when it's most critical, especially on a punt return, usually, um, and you're causing a turnover, you're coughing up the football. It's literally um, a game changer, and you can erase all those points on the board. And especially if you're down, which a lot of the times we're down, we're right in there. We're trying. Our offense is stagnant. It's not moving. That's the last thing that we need. I think that's why they were just like, you know what, the past couple years, it's just been some good things, but some bad things that cost us in very bad times. You know what I mean? When we needed it the most, not a turnover, and they just decided, let's do it. Six
Yep,
round pick.
yep. Yeah, hey man, sometimes you just gotta take your L. I mean, did you guys was he undrafted? I think he was undrafted anyways, right?
I
Or did
believe
you
so.
guys
Yeah,
draft him?
he was
Okay, so
undrafted.
you know what? It is what it is. You guys got something for him. I mean, better than cutting him. I know 6th round. Hey, maybe you guys turn that into a trade for something else, right? You use that 6th round to trade for another player or something. But it is what it is, man. Sometimes you like you said, man, you can't be turning the ball over. Coaches hate that shit. So yeah, man. The Gilmore thing is a little surprising in 6th round, but I'm just shocked that no team would be willing to give up 5th. I don't know
I was
what the.
shocked by that. I was
Hmm.
I
shocked.
mean, at first I was like,
I couldn't believe
released.
when I
I'm
was
like,
reading it. I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude. I was really surprising, man. But sometimes it is about the money, man. And some teams don't want to bite on that contract. And I mean, it is what it is. All right, man. So the final thing, we're gonna get to the score predictions. So let's start with the first game. We talked about the morning game, which is the Jets and the Falcons. Trevor, what do you got in the score prediction, man?
I have the Jets winning 27-19.
Damn, kind of a blowout.
Yeah,
Okay.
27-19.
D, what you got, man?
I got the Jets on this one, 17-10. It's gonna be like you said, kind of a none of these to me. None of these London games are that good. It's gonna be kind of a sloppy game, um, slow, but 17-10 Jets.
All right, Jose, real quick. Jose is coming in. Tommy, how do you feel about this? I think we need Tyrell Dotson this week just for speed at linebacker. Milano isn't in. Um, yeah, man, I think Milano is going to play. But if he doesn't play, I don't mind that. I get where you're coming from on that, but I got to be real, man. I like the way Klein's been playing. I think right now, getting to the quarterback, getting to Mahomes is my concern the most. Kelsey's going to get his regardless. And it would suck if Milano doesn't play, but we still got Edmonds in there, and Klein's a veteran, man. And the one thing that Klein does do well, very well, is he gets to the quarterback when we have blitz packages. So I personally would like Klein if Milano can't play, but I think right now it's kind of a head game, and McDermott knows. I don't think it was that bad of an injury. Um, I think Milano will play. Just a heads up on that. But my score. Listen, it's in London, fucking early, or I mean late. I don't even know the fucking time there, but still, either way, the players are going to be. Your time is all messed up when you go there. Um, Two bad teams. Let's be real. A rookie overseas too. Like where's his mind at? I got the Falcons. I'm gonna go Falcons 21-17 Falcons. Um, I can't even believe I gave him 21, but I'm gonna say 21-17. Next game, we're gonna go with the let's Dolphins versus Bucks. Interesting game in Tampa. Trevor, what do you got, man?
I have Tampa Bay winning this game 31-14. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, it's a blowout. D. What are you thinking, man?
I'm actually picking an upset here, and
I knew it.
Whoa.
I knew it.
and
I knew it.
and the only reason why I say that is that it's only typical fashion that the Dolphins, the ones that we should win, we never win, and the ones that we shouldn't win, we end up winning, and that always gives us a false sense of hope. Dolphins 28, Patriots 24.
Patriots, you mean
Patriots.
Bucks? Bucks, you mean?
I'm
The
sorry,
Bucks?
Bucks. I mean Bucks.
He's thinking Tom Brady, by the way, Trevor. I know what he's thinking
Yeah.
in his head. No way. No way in hell. You guys are winning. You can keep dreaming on that. In Tampa Bay against Brady, who's fucking beaten. By the way, he's beaten every NFL team now. Just a heads up, because he beat New England. I would say this score is going to be 31-17 Bucks. I just don't like your offense. I think your offense is god awful. Even with 2 in there, it would be probably 31-13. It's bad. It's bad. It's your split OC garbage that your high school football crap that you're doing over there is not working. That's on your GM, that's on your coach. So you can thank them for your offense being garbage. Because maybe it wouldn't be garbage if you had an offensive coordinator that knew what the fuck he was doing. Instead, you got 2 guys pulling a rope. It's just not going to happen. So I don't see it happening. Like I said, maybe your defense gets them to score 27 points. A little blowout, though. So, yeah, 31-17. Pats and Texans in Houston. Watch out for Houston fans. Trevor, what you got there on the Houston Texans?
I have the Patriots winning 30-17. It's going to be a convincing win, but it'll be a convincing win though. But they're gonna. I don't see them scoring more than 30 points. I don't see it happening, especially the offense being so anemic at times. But 30 points. I'm gonna go 30-17.
Wow, you're giving Houston 17. Okay. D?
I got a low scoring game. Not too much of a low scoring game, but I'm thinking more on the lines of a 24, maybe 10, something around there. Pats, something along there. I think Mac Jones will start picking them apart a little bit.
Yeah, there's no way in hell, Trevor, they're scoring 17, bro. You're being very fucking nice. It ain't happening, bro. I can promise you this. Especially you should. I'm shocked that you gave them 17. Like I am fucking shocked, dude. I don't know.
Because
like
I
honestly,
said that
wow.
because it would be one of those games where, especially where they just like they'll take forever to like really click on and say, you know what, it's not a big, you know. Sometimes they don't play with a sense of urgency at times. I'm like, come on, man. It's Texas.
I don't think so. You guys need this, man. They score 17 on you. That's a fucking shame. I don't have it like that. I don't like your offense. However, I think your defense still comes to play. He's a rookie quarterback, 3rd round. He didn't look too good against us. He's a pocket passer. He can run, but he holds the ball too long, and he makes mistakes because of that. I have this score being 23-9. I'm gonna give him 9, 3 field goals, and that's being nice. They may not score 9, but 23-9 in kind of an ugly game in a way. But you guys control the game for the most part, and Houston with their fucking 50 fans there that are exiting after the first quarter. All right, game of the week: Bills at Chiefs Sunday Night Football. Trevor, what you got, man?
Bills win this game 30-20.
Nice.
30-20.
Okay.
They're gonna score points. Obviously, gonna score points.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way. It's gonna be very difficult to slow them down to the point where they're not gonna score any points at all because Kansas City's gonna score regardless. They can score points. You know what I'm saying? But I think that you guys for how bad their defense is. Y'all should be able to take advantage. Yeah, I'm going 30-20.
Okay. D.
34-28 Chiefs.
Jeez Louise. All right. Well, I got the score being 44-23 Buffalo in a rout. It's no. I know you laugh, but this is the 31st ranked defense. Okay, we are one of the top offenses in the league as well. Yes, they have a good offense, but we have the number one defense. Not like the the number 4 offense is going against the number 17 defense. We're the best fucking defense. We have the most turnovers. I think we have a record right now for the first 4 games with the teams with the lowest total yards. Like, we are just romping teams. By the way, of course, you can go back and look at the schedule and say, oh, who'd they play? They play Houston, they played Miami, they play Washington, right? And the Steelers. Number 1 is Steelers, by the way. That was a tough game. We should have won. It is what it is. But that's a tough defense. And we still, their offense, okay, we still only held them 16 points without the special team blunder. Then you got Miami, who I don't think they're that bad, and we blanked them. And then you got Washington, who, by the way, Washington, for as bad as Taylor Heineke played against us, he fucking had a hell of a week last week. He won. They put up massive points. They didn't do that shit against us. And then Houston, yes, they're bad, but we still blanked them 40-0. Very tough to do that. Now, yes, this is the Chiefs. Oh, I get it. You got Patrick Mahomes. He's a beast. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and be like, Patrick Mahomes is so bad. We're going to get to him and sack him. I don't think we're going to sack him so much. I think maybe we'll get a couple in this game, but I think it'll be the pressure, which, by the way, pressure up the middle that we didn't have last season because Star Lotulelei was not on the team. He held out for the COVID thing. Ed Oliver and Starr are monsters this season. They may not show up in the stat room, but they're pushing the line back where it's creating quarterbacks to roll out. And guess what? We got AJ coming. We have Gregory Rousseau coming. We got Jerry Hughes coming now. It's very tough for quarterbacks now. That's if you're watching any of our games, they're having a tough time maneuvering in the backfield, and they're trying to just do anything. Get rid of the ball, throw the ball, whatever they're trying to do. And I don't think the Chiefs have a lot of great receivers. They don't. They got Tyreek Hill and they got Kelsey. So if you control those 2 guys with Mahomes, getting Mahomes pressured, you're going to see exactly what you saw what the Chiefs been doing all season. Under pressure, their line's not helping out either, by the way. And I think the Bills are going to bring it. And offensively, the Bills are finding their way now since that Dolphin game. Josh Allen's kind of coming into his own now again. You're seeing the Josh Allen of last season. By the way, our run offense, which was a problem last season, we're 5th in the league in running. Pretty good. So we have a lot of weapons on offense, and this Chiefs team is the last against the pass. They're bad. They're really bad. So I don't see this game being close. I think we're going to score quick. I think the Chiefs are going to make some mistakes. The Bills, by the way, I think lead the league in turnovers. So I expect a turnover or 2, maybe a fumble, maybe a bad interception by Mahomes, and give us good field position where we're going to score pretty quick. Now, I will say this. It's going to be a shitty, rainy day, so it could affect the score a little bit. But either way, I think we're going to beat them by a couple of scores. So that's my prediction, man. And let's see here. Jose coming in. Let's see. Jose has a close score, man. Jose does not agree with me on my blowout score. 37-31 Bills. We have no excuses to lose this game. None at all. None. All throw the hands. He's, by the way, capital letters because he's telling us. All throw the hands and wins the shit. Get that monkey off our back, period. Yeah, bro. Listen, I'll say it again, man. Some games in the regular season, they count, man, for stuff like this, especially football, man. Like, it's not basketball where you're going against a fucking team 4 times, right? Like, this is it. Like, this is your nemesis. This is the guys that were holding you back. This is the team that you went and drafted Gregory Rousseau and Boogie Basham back-to-back edge rushers. It wasn't for Mac Jones. It wasn't for fucking, Lamar Jackson. It wasn't for it. We had one goal in mind. That's to beat the Chiefs. And if we go into their stadium, they fucking beat us down. By the way, if they beat us down, it's also on the coaches. And McDermott, by the way, is under Andy Reid's coaching tree. So if he can't beat him, we don't show out. It's not a good. It's just it can't be good for any of the players or the coaches to go, man. We don't get it. Like what else can we do to beat this team? And that's not good. You don't want to leave that game going. What can we do? You want to leave the game going. Yeah, what we did in the offseason, it fucking worked. Like, and now when you go into playoffs and let's say we meet them again, they're worried about us now instead of us worrying about them. Because if they blow us out or they beat us, we're going right into the playoffs going, man, what can we do? What it's going to be on, no matter what, it's going to be on our mind, just like it was last season. The Chiefs beat us bad on TV, national TV. We get into the playoffs, we run the same bullshit. We're like, we're playing into their hands. You can't do that. You got to play your style of football and just let it all out and see what happens, man. Let the best man win, bro. And I really hope Dable and McDermott don't play passive. And I can't stand that. You can't do that against the Chiefs. You got to just open it up. 4th and 1, don't go for a field goal, right? Especially if you're down. Go for it. Let your team know we have faith in you. Just do. That's what we did wrong last season, and that's why we lost, man. We did not play our style of football, and I think this year, I think they learned their lesson from last. I'm hoping, and we go into Kansas City and we just play our style of football, and if we do, we'll win. But hey, man, I am out of here. I appreciate you guys coming on. Trevor, Sports Dynasty Podcast, you're always awesome coming on here as an awesome guest. Where can people find you at, man?
You can find us on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play Radio, Stitcher Play Radio. We're on at Podcast Dynasty on Twitter, and we have a Facebook group. Just type in Sports Dynasty Podcast and be part of the conversation. We've grown a lot. We've grown a lot this year, and we're happy to be able to build a community where people like us and people can listen and voice their opinions. So it's the floor is yours basically. Here is we just provide a platform for you to say what you want to say.
Nice, man. Nice, man. And I appreciate you coming on, man. You and Juan, man, you guys are awesome guests, bro. And we do this every weekend, 7:35. You guys in the chat. This is every weekend thing, man, all the way to the end of the season when the Buffalo Bills win that Super Bowl. D, where can we find you, brother?
You can find me at Twitter at CaptainD_@FinsTalk. And Dolphins fans, a quick shout out to the late Tony Sparano, who it's his birthday this week. He passed away a couple years back. And just a quick footnote as a Dolphins fan, only coach in NFL history to take 2 teams from a 1-15 season, make the playoffs the next season. Here's a fist pump for a field goal for Tony Sparano. Come on, Dolphins fans. Wish him a happy birthday.
I liked him, man, and that's good for you, brother. That's a good shout out for that guy, man. I just liked that he had energy. I like that coach, man.
He did.
But I appreciate you guys once again. Everybody in the chat, Jose gave us a nice little shout out there. It's a great job, all of us. And then yeah, man, we appreciate Jose for jumping on every time, man. We appreciate the whole chat. This is Mafia Sports Report, and I am out.